Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. I'm going to talk a little bit about Polkadot and Cardano and why they actually might be more, enticing than currency coins like Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash. Specifically Litecoin because I think there's a lot of non-belief in Bitcoin Cash at this point, but Bitcoin Cash has gone up a decent amount as well. But DOT and ADA were below LTC, especially LTC and BCH some a while ago. And now, DOT's well above it and ADA was above it. It just dumped down a little bit below it right now. But I think ADA will hop above it. So why, DOT and ADA, I think eventually will beat LTC and BCH in terms of investors. Now, all four of these coins will actually depend on retail investors to actually FOMO. Why? Because generally the institutional investors are all buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're not really buying any of this other stuff. So it's going to be the retail FOMO. But I think when people really analyze it, they're going to see that DOT and ADA have more potential. And, there's more applications that are actually going to be built on a lot of them. So essentially, Ethereum killers are taking over the leading payment protocols in Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. So ETH ETH killers would be like ADA and DOT. And I think this whole ETH killers thing, it's not really the benefit isn't oh my gosh, they're really killing Ethereum, because they're not really killing Ethereum yet, or at least not for a while. The benefit is people think they might have a chance, and since they think they might actually have a chance, people are going to be more bullish on them because taking part of Ethereum's market share, which is several times greater than Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, entices people to actually buy. And also, no one's talking about Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash to overtaking Bitcoin because honestly, that's just not going to happen. So key takeaway, Polkadot moves up to the top 5 position in market capitalization. Last week, Cardano surpassed Bitcoin Cash and is closing in on Litecoin. And Cardano actually did surpass Litecoin for a little while. The trend in the top cryptocurrencies expresses the market inclination moving towards blockchain platforms rather than payment coins. And I think people see blockchain platforms as encompassing a more wide variety of things, which means it has much more potential to go higher. Because if you really think about it, Cardano, Polkadot, they have native smart contracts. They can host, natively supported tokens, and you can actually open many projects on them. I haven't really heard of that many projects being started on Litecoin or even Bitcoin Cash. So the capability of Polkadot and Cardano in terms of scaling and features surpasses that of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. I think if people really think about it, they think of platforms like Ethereum or Cardano or Polkadot in the very long run, they can actually overtake Bitcoin, where I don't think people can see Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin overtaking Bitcoin. Because really, you only really need one gold and store of value. I mean, Litecoin might be silver, but silver is still not gold, as everyone knows. Whereas, if you build everything on a platform, it can eventually be worth a lot more. The cryptocurrency landscape is changing in the ongoing crypto bull market. Proof-of-stake POS blockchain platforms like Polkadot and Cardano are fast overtaking payment tokens like Bitcoin and Litecoin. And the proof-of-stake is another thing because you actually have that staking reward. I know there's certain platforms or exchanges where you can loan out your Litecoin and Polkadot, but you can't actually stake it on Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, but I don't think you can actually stake it on the actual blockchain and earn rewards. And that's another thing. With both with Polkadot and Cardano, you can actually stake it on the actual blockchain and gain rewards on that without having to go through an exchange. And both Polkadot has exciting things coming up, the parachain auctions, and Cardano has Goguen and this Mary fork coming next month. Whereas Litecoin, they have Mimblewimble, but to me, and I think to a lot of people, it's just not as exciting. It doesn't have the potential that something like parachain auction or Goguen actually has, or the Mary fork. So basically, cryptocurrency landscape is shifting to blockchain as a service, and that's what VeChain Toolchain actually is. And I think blockchain as a service goes a lot better with Cardano and Polkadot than it goes with Litecoin and Bitcoin. Because when you're doing payments, you don't really need that many coins running the payment thing. The world basically needs maybe 1 or 2 of them. You don't need so many of them. And I think a lot of people can see Bitcoin doing a lot of that right now. And the thing is, with payments, you can actually do it with Cardano or Polkadot, or even a project that is actually built on Cardano or Polkadot. Remember, Cardano and Polkadot is just as fast as Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, And there's a lot more features with them. And also, like, the fees tend to be less, although the Litecoin fee isn't really that high. Neither is the Bitcoin Cash fee because they're scaling right now. But, you know, like transactions on Cardano and Polkadot are very, very cheap as well. So you can actually use Cardano and Polkadot for a lot of the for a lot of the reasons, especially with applications built on top of them, as you would build Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. But you really can't. It's hard to use Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash for some of the stuff that Cardano and Polkadot are actually going to do. So it's more encompassing. People see it as more potential, and there's more uses for these blockchain as a service or blockchain platforms rather than just payment coins, because you can actually build payment coins upon blockchain platforms. So I think that's why overall, like, Polkadot and Cardano will actually do better than Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. They might not be like Ethereum killers per se, but they don't really need to be Ethereum killers to do better, because, you know, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash definitely aren't Bitcoin killers. So just having them take a part of Ethereum's market share and having that blockchain platform actually grow can easily have them outgrow Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash. So that's my view on things. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.